Hello? There we go. Jesus. My mic was not working for like 2 minutes there. But no worries. I did a test. You only could see it on Twitch, but I did say test, so no one panic. Might sound different because for some reason it's not going through voice mod. But I think it's probably fine. Whew, save. Yeah, I know, right? But now the commands should work on both Twitch and YouTube now. Plus there's the fun dice command. Yeah, look at that. We're all rolling pretty low. All right. Yeah, I rolled a 1 also. Oh wait, lights. Bap. There we go. Trying to get some improvements. I don't know if my lighting's too bright or if it's better than it was. I don't know. I guess maybe it could be pointed a smidge farther away. But there we go. It's something. I've invested. All right, my turn. I also got a 3. I got a 1 and then I got a 3. So I'm just copying you guys, I guess. Anyway. So I got a few things to talk about. I did a play test last night with a friend. So we'll probably be doing that. They're talking about that. And then, after that, honestly, I'm probably just gonna keep working on the rule book, as boring as that is. And now it's just a meme that's just, you know, we're talking about and how it's boring. So just keep that train going, because I just need to get it done. And honestly, I did not sleep well last night, so my brain's tired and I don't have the energy to think of anything else. So we know Maximus loves rules, so but first let's talk about the game. It went really well. Let me pull up my notes. So that'll be a little bit of game work, but and we could do like new cards. I think I'm gonna probably save that till next week. I think hopefully I can get the rule book done maybe before then, and then we can just kind of start fresh next week and just start making a bunch of cards for the funsies of it. All right, this is what we need. Here we go. Okay, what gods do you play? So we played. She played Humanity, and I played Altruism. It wasn't even worth me typing these out because it's just the Altruism was great for starting out. I mean, Humanity is just generally strong and, you know, just good all the time. So that was a good, you know, one to start with. Plus Altruism was a great, like, supporting one. Because a few times I, like, saved some of her heroes, just, you know. So that was really cool. It was my first time really actually playing the game on screen top, so I learned a bit there. I do need to... I should make a note of this. In Discord, I need to actually... I have a list of... Or I sent the list of the commands in-game, like the controls, but... I should type them out myself because they don't include It doesn't include everything. Screen top is scuffed, but not as much as my hypothetical AE paint. Well, here's the big thing. So you know how F is bump a car, like a counter up and down? Well, Shift F is bump down. And before I was going through and setting everything, but in the controls, it doesn't even say that that's an option. I had to literally search it, and I searched it like toward the end of the game. There's a bump down, yes. I mean, yeah, same. I was doing that for like 90% of the game, and then like we had to take a break for a minute. I'm like, you know what, let me just Google search. And I searched, and it was like in some documentation of like an update from however long ago. And I'm like, they just never updated their control list. And I'm like, Shift F. I'm like, I really wish I looked this up sooner. I mean, the set feature is nice, but I think it's Shift. It might have been Control, but I thought it was Shift. But there is a bump down or a decrement. So I think I just have to rewrite the controls in the Discord. So that's something I learned, because without that, it makes the game like much less playable. I don't care if Shift, Control, or all of the keys at once. It's so helpful. Yeah, I know, right? And I was like, that was honestly the worst part about using screen top. I was like, oh man, this is just like annoying. And then I was like, oh wait, I can literally just do this. I just do that. Okay, cool. And that made it a lot better. It's a little annoying, like moving cards around and stuff, and like having to hit, like, click and hold control. So I might just have to make my own documentation for it, but especially when I was using multiple counters for lots of units, it was so bad to take 17 units out of 36 from a card. Yeah, it's not great. So yeah. So we'll have to type out controls, and I'll have to like maybe just make a page for that. Make, I don't know. So I'll have to make like a documentation page to kind of illustrate gameplay things, and maybe like talk about how, you know, to use 2 counters for things over 10 and that kind of stuff. Honestly, I might. Let's just do that. Email screen top. I'll do that. I literally will. I'll tell them to update their control page. Because why not? All right. I also have an issue with Tabletop Simulator. The cards are bigger than the original grid sized I used, so that's kind of annoying. So they don't align with the grid properly, so I'm gonna have to fix that. But that was just something else I learned. This was something, actually, these are notes from last time, that the wizard was, we need to clarify that it when it defeats a card. Camp's effect should specify unit phase. So the problem right now is the way it's read, it can be misinterpreted. This is the wrong version. We should be in the, well, it doesn't really matter. They're the same currently, actually. Well, actually. Camp. Let me edit. Camp. Pop out. So, the thing with camp right now is that its unit effect says if this structure has 10 or more units on it, You may move units from your heroes and place them onto cards you control. This feels like... Yeah, some of the last time, but took my attention there, yeah. Yeah, so this card essentially doesn't specify it's in unit phase, and it says you may move units from your heroes, which really feels like I can do this anytime. So I think that I guess the way I want to word it is more like you no longer have restrictions of moving units off of heroes. Or something along that. Or in unit, include maybe in unit phase. Because that is, like I said, really not clear. So that definitely has to be fixed. So, you know, typical clarity stuff. Need to fix that. You may move units from your heroes and place them on other cards you control during a unit phase. Yeah. I guess that's basically the same wording, right? You may move your hero units from your hero. Yeah, I mean, you basically, I just have to include it in during unit phase. Just add during unit phase at the end. Yeah, I think that's just the biggest thing during unit phase. Which kind of also led, so I'll you know, I'll copy that for now and then we'll implement it in a bit, but my I don't actually have a document started for the next patch yet, so that's gonna be there for now. Wait. Oh, I guess this was something that... This like I noted both times. Oh, I guess I noted it both times I played. That's funny. Because yeah, God of Abundance needs balancing. Yeah, we talked about that. I think probably changing... Oh, there's a lot more unit effects now, I feel like. Double fix, yeah. I didn't even realize I had it twice. Sorry, I was just trying to see this thing. Okay, so this is probably something somewhere between 6 and 8 is going to be more useful. Is probably, yeah, somewhere between 6 and 8. Keep typing 9. 69, nice, yeah. So yeah, we'll have to, I'll have to do the math on that, honestly, and see how worth it really would be, but potentially also like changing it to round down instead of round up. That could also be a slight buff, right? Isn't that right? Yeah, round down instead of round up. So that could be a buff. Oh, the board on screen top is outdated. It needs the one with ruins and wastelands. It's the wrong kind of waste, isn't it? Yep. English. So Baron's death effect, I think, needs rewording. It doesn't necessarily, but just need to double the units of abundance that... Wait. You need to double the units that abundance has in total effects to make it potentially useful. So you made abundance require 8. You'd have 16 units staying on the card just for the unit effect to make it worth it. Let me reword that. Yeah, I'm trying to understand what you mean. Are you saying like every number you have, it halves the cost? Or like every time you have that number, it halves it? If you change abundance to require 8 units for its effect, you would need to have 16 units staying on random cards in the board. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. To make abundance useful. Correct, yes. Because, yeah, right now it's 10, which is like... I did the math last time, and it was like the difference between 24 and 21 units, right? If we change it to 6... maybe... what? Minus 4 more. 17 versus 24 units, which is what? Yeah, yeah, so it'd be seven unit savings for 3 cards, but stream is really dyslexia flavored. It sure is, especially when I'm tired. The more dyslexic I am, the worse it is. 10 means you need to have 20 units on a card just for unit effect to make abundance pay off. Yeah, I gotcha. It's kind of not quite even that, because, well, I guess it is that, but yeah, no, it is. I was gonna say it's not quite that because the cards start with 1 unit and you can't move it off, but it still technically is that because the god also is 1 unit and everything basically starts with 1. Okay. I feel like 6 is too easy, so you might want to consider changing it to rounding the unit effect cost down. Yeah. So like 8 and round down. The problem is most unit effects are even numbers, right? Not for balance, it's more game feel. Yeah, I guess it's true because it's pretty balanced with double activating things in general, but so yeah, I'll have to think about it could just add some odd numbers for the fun of it. Yeah, for sure. I think the only odd number one right now is the mountain, I think. Yeah, mountain has 3, 6, 6, 6, 10, 8, 6. Yeah, so it's in 10. Yeah, maybe I just do an 8 and round down. Or I don't know, maybe split the difference, go 7. I don't know. You could add another random odd number just for fun. Yeah, technically you can add fractions too. Not doing fractions. Even irrational numbers, you can make effects cost whatever you want. Imagine. No. 3i plus 3 pi to the squared units cost. Yeah, no. We're not doing that. I can tell you what. I think maybe I could even split the difference. I could just go 7. The other option would be doing something like, it's not a typical unit effect, but for like every X number of units, reduce the cost. Well, no, I guess it would end up being about the same thing. Well, no, I think it could work. What if it's like, no, sorry, I'm thinking here. I was thinking like, what if you do it like every 2 units that are on the god, it reduces the cost of unit effects by 1. Is what I was thinking. But that's almost, and to be honest, it could, in a way, that could make unit effects free if you want to try hard enough. Yeah, I had a biggest brainwave. Okay, I'm ready. Hit me. I'm just wondering if that's too strong if I do something like that. So want more player-to-player interaction? Yes, of course. Make it more expensive and trigger effects for both players. So just make it the god of, just make it the bridge god. Because isn't that unit effects, right? Oh, you mean the I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. That was my intention, but sure. Okay, I see what you're saying. You're saying lower the cost for both players. I see what you're saying. I gotcha. That could work for all players rather than just a single player. Yeah, that doubles its effectiveness. Yeah, I get you now. Yeah, just change it to like all players unit effects require half as many round up. That could be cool. I'm thinking that through. It also gives double abundance a funny interaction. That's true. It quarters all all things. That'd be interesting. I was tempted to make bridge its base effect like lower or remove the cost of its unit effect if there's 2 bridges, like if each player has a bridge. I was thinking about doing that, but the typical, like, if bridge is in play, you know, that kind of thing. I've heard Tails of Bridge, it shouldn't be given more power. True. But that was just like an idea for a fun interaction with it. But okay, yeah, no, I like the team aspect. Let's do so we just leave it as is. Instead, give it works with all players. Yeah, I think that works. I like that. I do like the team interaction. For having all unit effects is a little OP, don't you think? I'm trying to decide. I don't know, honestly. I don't. Its main effect is also powerful. I mean, so here's the other idea. The other idea would be, like I said, lower like each unit, I don't know exactly the number, lowers cost of unit effects. The problem is if you bump the cost up to more, it becomes worthless again. I mean, I guess not as worthless because your other god could be generating more units. Yeah, I mean, I guess it could be like 15, right? Or like 12 or something like that. It's not so much that I'm trying to balance it around the thing is, support effects should feel fun, and I guess it does. I could bump it up to like, I don't know, 12 to 14. But part of it is like, I mean, yeah, its main effect is powerful. I'm just trying to think of like it from a unit generation standpoint, because effectively its unit generation is more unit. I mean, with the exception of obviously, you know, this effect, which is basically, you know, turn swamps into crazy things. But I was thinking 12. Yeah, sure. Yeah. I'm trying to think that through still, but yeah, it's sort of, these might end up having to be like 2 separate gods, honestly. But just because, well, I don't know if it's that powerful. Oh, I mean, Swamp is just powerful on its own, so just making Swamp better is kind of ridiculous, but I should go with 10, make it powerful on launch. I think we'll probably get enough information from it to know how impactful that would actually be. Or I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm going to be playtesting, right? So I think I'll learn how powerful this effect is, the base effect. And so the more I play with that, I'll be able to determine how nerfed I have to make its other effect, right? It can't be 20, but it can be, somewhere between, I don't know, probably 10 and 15 is probably a worthwhile number. Of course, it matters how many, unit effects you have, but yeah, keep in mind you can't nerf the main effect. That's kind of what I'm thinking, because you can't do it like triggers 1.5 times, right? Yeah, so the way to balance this card is making its secondary effect. Unit effects trigger the square root of 3 times doesn't sound or look good on card. Yeah, exactly. So the way to balance this card is its second effect needs to be it's the thing that should nerf it, but it shouldn't be worthless, right? Because right now it's practically worthless. You save 3 units, right? If you have 3 cards that have unit effects on them. I'm gonna have to think that through, because I almost this conversation just makes me want to make a digital version of AAE just so I can implement insane curse numbers. Yeah, that's the thing. I want this game to be as playable in both versions, mostly because then you understand what's happening too, right? Curse numbers, I think, are not great either way, in my own opinion. That said, what exactly do I want to do here? I think there's probably not enough information, but I need to figure out. I think the thing is, pay attention to its base effect is the notes I need to make here. And then we can figure out how to scale the unit effect. Because right now it's just too hard to know. Because if this is completely busted, which with deck building could be. I mean, well, let's do the math real quick, right? Let's say you have 2 swamps, plus there are there's 2 swamps and there's 5 enemies per turn. On average, I'd say you're drawing I really feel like the game isn't ready for classic deck building in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, not quite, no. I think it needs to be tested, though. And that's kind of what the beta version will be. It'll just be testing to see if it's actually possible. You put some restrictions on deck building. Oh, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Which can lead to fun things, but still, yeah, for sure. But yeah, let's pretend. So yeah, the old god. So let's say here 2 swamps. Let's just say that's just something that's pretty achievable in a game. The old god has 3 minions. No, sorry, 2 minions. Depending on what god you play, and then 3 cards. On average, I don't know the exact numbers. I mean, I could figure it out, but you know, you have pretty much like a 50-50 chance of drawing a, well, it's less than a 50% chance of drawing a monster, probably. This is 17, this is 30. So yeah, I mean, on average, you should be pulling one monster, right? So, in theory, if you kill all of them, which is 2, so 3 total cards times, you know, times 2, or times 2, so you get, well, 2 times 2 times 2, right? 2 for each swamp times 2 for having 2 swamps, right? Yeah. And then you're ending up with 6, 12 units, right? Yeah. So that's a 12 units per turn. I'm not really worried about, like, okay, let's see. Build deck, you can just swamps, barbarian. Oh yeah, barbarians do double. That's true. If you have a deck of just swamps and barbarians cards, it's worth double. You can add libraries there too, and you can disgustingly murder machine a deck. I don't want to. I think it definitely gonna have a restrict. If for deck building, I would definitely have a restriction of a limit of like probably 2 cards per deck, even maybe 1 card if we get to enough, if we make like an absurd number of cards. So you can't just have copies and copies and copies of the same card. Add butchers and necromancers in there too, and the game is going to get demolished in a few turns. It's true. Yeah, with just 2 swamps, you already have 12 units, right? Which our base of the God of Humanity is you get an additional 6 units. So it really has to be based around that. You put different copy restrictions on some cards, like 1 of each structure, 2 of each heroes, 3 of each lands, etc. Yeah. That's probably what I'll do for sure. But yeah, I guess, well, this isn't quite true, because you get, okay, let's say this. You get, because normally each swamp would generate 6 units, actually. We generate 6 units. And then you'd subtract that from the 12, right? So it actually would still technically be balanced. Maybe add it. Maybe if card X is being trouble with deck building, you can force a player to have only 1 instead of the usual, etc. Yeah, I guess that's true. Like 1 super powerful card. I wouldn't even mind, though, having like so many cards where it's like you can only have 1 of each card. I think that would be fair to an extent. Dude, if you're just thinking 2 swamps, think of a butcher, a barbarian, necromancer. See, well, that's fine, but like, okay, yes, with deck building, that's not fine. But the current game, it's not a problem, right? Because that's a chance that you're drawing a card that can deal with that. With deck building, yeah, you could just load your deck with all triggered effects, and then the game is over, right? So I agree with you. Currently, it's balanced. Yeah, Barber 6 makes 4 Necro, yeah. No, I mean that's definitely true. I agree. I guess what I'm saying is it's currently balanced, but it will not be balanced if it gets to deck building. Um, Again, unless we have it so you can only have one of each card, but a lot of these things in this game are balanced around not having deck building, but abundance is especially bad with deck building. Yeah, it's true. But yeah, um, it might, yeah, that could potentially just be way too powerful in general. Um, I mean, probably the way to really fix that, if I want to do deck building, is you change it to not include minions, right? Obviously, Barbarian's still too strong, probably, but Barbarian's already probably too strong. Uh, Barbarian's kind of absurd. But they're the kind of too strong that's like kind of okay because you're missing out on other effects, but not including minions nerfs other things though. Yeah. But I mean, like Necromancer and Swamp getting a unit for killing a minion is like just a net neutral in general. There's no punishment really. Because that is something I'm gonna watch. Because I think Swamp honestly might be just too powerful. We'll get to deck building. When we get to deck building, you may have to restrict it, even if harder than planned and all, depending on games in the future. Yeah, Swamp is strong. Yeah, Swamp's strong, yeah, but land in general, if lands in general are if the timing is right. Yeah, I mean, that's true. So yeah, I mean, I think right now I shouldn't do anything to the card, basically, is what I'm getting at. But it's stuff that I really should keep in mind. I gotta watch it, basically. I gotta watch the card. I do like the idea of letting it lower your allies' effects, though. That does feel more interesting. But honestly, there's a good chance that God of Abundance needs to actually be split up into two separate gods, where one is triggered effects and one is unit effects, but we'll see. All right, anyway, moving on. You should create some sort of method of notation for the game so we can note down our games for you and be able to view it in the future for reference. Interesting. I was gonna say, yeah, you mean like chess notation? I mean, that is a cool idea. I don't know exactly how that would... feel like that'd be a lot of work. Not necessarily for... There's like a lot going on. I'm trying to decide how that would even work. I mean, probably best way to do that is just record the game. But there's a card adjacent right now, so it could be quite simple, I guess. I mean, yeah, the idea is like, you know, yeah, barbarian attacks minion, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, you say what it is, and you say, you know, units moved from here to here. It's just a lot of writing stuff down would be my... It's a lot of effort to put on the player to give me some feedback. I almost just say record your game. Really. Because there's like already a lot of like thoughts going on through it. I mean, you know, it could be... I like the idea. I think it'd be cool, but yeah, just, you know, the sheer number of stuff you have to write down, just like moving all your units to different things, and I guess you just have to assume things, right? Like that things are triggering properly. Because you wouldn't need to notate like the beginning of turn. I don't know, that's interesting. It's interesting to think about. You wouldn't need to notate like how many units each card gains in unit phase. You could figure it out for yourself, but yeah, I mean, I guess it wouldn't be the worst, but it'd still be a good bit of writing though. Yeah, that's my only worry. So honestly, just like recording the game would be enough. But, you know, not even having to like, you know, have words or anything, just like show the game and kind of see what's going on. But, you know, obviously it's like whatever either way. I do need to have a way to like watch other people play the game though without interfering, without saying anything, and just see what happens, see how they interpret rules. But Baron's death effect needs rewording. Screen recording kind of ends the life of my computer. That's also true. Yeah, I guess maybe there could be a way to do notation. I'll have to give it some, you know, I'll write it down. Yeah, it's too much for I didn't think about writing down unit transfer. That's the biggest thing. Yeah. It'd be easy if I had like, yeah, like a digital version of the game, because it could just, you know, copy what happened, but I've been tempted to just do like a mod for like a more legit mod for tabletop, where it actually just calculates those things. Like you know, you put units down, you hit end unit phase, and it, based on where your cards are in slots, it triggers, you know, the units to be gained and that kind of stuff. But I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay, let's move on to Barons. Barons, I have the feeling that I did make it better to not include base effects, so it's a little less confusing. But I'm still unsure of how to feel about unit effects. So upon killing Barons, it activates an effect of your choice on a structure of your choice. If you haven't done that in a year or two, I might know enough language of machines to do that. Honestly, I'm probably going to get to it like start of next year, I think. Not necessarily that. I might actually just start working on a digital game at that point. And then I'll learn enough that probably I could go back into Tabletop Simulator and do it, but I don't think that's 100% worth it. It'll be worth it in the future for future games if I continue to go down that route, but for like prototyping purposes and all that, but we'll see. It is definitely a thing. We're getting to a point where I do want to just start like learning coding. Right now my focus is just getting the rulebook out, and then I have 3 videos I want to do. And once those videos are out, I'll probably start trying to learn coding. Start of the year, well, I have to finish line stream record game in Russia before you. I know, right? Get working. Anyway, Barons. So the biggest problem is with unit effects, and I guess the growth does this as well. Although I guess it's not as much of a problem when the card actually specifies, because the biggest problem we were having was army camp should only say in unit phase, and if you activate this in unit phase, it gets really confusing. But the problem is generally you're killing the Barons at the end of your turn when you're in attack phase, right? Let's go to Barons again. You're killing the Barons in your attack phase, so most triggered effects, or sorry, unit effects are pretty worthless. And then it just makes it confusing, like whether... Because with growth, right, like at least you can play it at any phase. All cards and units are activated regardless of the number of units placed on them. Those cards last until the end of your turn. You may immediately draw additional cards. I honestly feel like the thing to do here is probably take Barons and just remove unit effects from it. And then potentially to give it a buff, instead just allow it to be any cards instead of just structures, but I'm not entirely certain. I was playing this wrong when I was testing it last time, because I was like, oh, I can use the thing to allow my archer to shoot, which is arguably probably too powerful. So maybe we leave it on structures. I'm not entirely certain, but it probably makes sense to leave it on structures, honestly. But removing unit effects, what does that give us? Like, what do we have left? That would remove Necromancer Altar. That would remove Wastelock Fortress. That would... Butcher's still fine. Farm would be removed. But Farm is worthless, right? These two are okay. Farm is worthless. Trading Post works. Kind of. But it's still your turn and not the old god's turn. Right? So that's kind of worthless. This just gives you 5 units. So that kind of works. It's a little confusing. This does nothing once we fix it. This in theory gives you 5 units, but I'm still not sure how good that is, or like how much that makes sense too. This is good. This is also good, technically, if you're the first ally in the order. So Barons just might need a rework. This might just be either too powerful or too weak, depending on how you word it. I think it just probably needs to be... I don't know. I'm not 100% certain on that one. I'm gonna write down some potential solutions. I think that's it right there. Remove unit effects, remove. It could be also remove abilities, but I think abilities aren't bad. There arguably aren't that many abilities in the game right now anyway. Because, like, right now, Barons is just, like, cast a growth spell, basically. Actually, it's more powerful than that. I'm almost wondering if Barons shouldn't have this effect and something else should also. Because this is powerful for, like, one of the most common cards in the game. I'm also considering lowering the number of land cards. Or wastelands. Right now there's 15, and there's also 15 monsters. So you're really, or 17 monsters, so you're really not drawing as many as I would hope. As many monsters, honestly. 8 spells. Or 8 ruins and 8, what, 7 curses. What software are you using to use your card templates? First of all, hello, welcome. Reno? I can't words. I'm using Dexterous. So this is basically a it's a free program, which is really nice. You can pay for it, but it's pretty cheap. But basically, what you get to do. Pretty much all the features are free except for if you just want more storage on the site. And you basically can make your card layouts. Basically, yeah, making the templates. You can then use Google Sheets in order to make your cards, and then you can import them into here, and then that makes it basically affects here. And you can actually just have it change your cards. So if, like, you know, it has obviously a spreadsheet here, but I use some, like, more complex formulas and stuff that are trying to, you know, that kind of just make my life easier. But if I really wanted to change, like, you know, a bunch of stuff, I can make one change, and then, you know, if, like, I want to make all these unit effects, I can do unit effects and go all, you know, do all that. It's super useful. Nice, thanks. It looks like super useful. See all your cards and then compare them. Yeah, so, like, and if I want to make, like, a big change, right? Like, oh, all these cards need to have unit gain now. I can just go, you know, 1 and then, you know, drag and drop this all the way down, and then everything, you know, gains 1 unit, right? And so that, like, affects everything. And I'll send it here to you just so you can... But yeah, this program's a game changer. Pun sort of not intended, sort of intended, but that's the website. It's definitely super, super useful. And the fact that, like, because the way I used to do it was just, like, Photoshop, and I have to go in and, like, edit each individual card, which was such a pain. But now it's, like, so much easier. It's pretty great software, and the devs are really like helpful in the Discord and stuff like that. If you you know, they're very responsive and all that. So and the cool part too is it lets you import the cards really easily into both screentop.gg and into what's it called, Tabletop Simulator. So, and like print them and all that kind of stuff. So it's a really great program. Actually, let's go into ScreenTop because I need to fix something here. Please tell me that this didn't break the game. Okay, cool. I need to... How do I edit it? Ah, there we go. Edit. We want to change the background because the asset I'm currently using is not the correct one. Board. Where is all my stuff? Here we go. Art. Boards. You want this one. Open. Save. There we go. Now that's the updated one. Now we can just cross something off the list. Control Shift 5. Control Alt Shift Alt 5. Wait, what's the freaking strikeout command? There we go. Yeah, Shift Alt 5. Yeah, so Barons is going to need to be reworked. A lot of this stuff I think I need to just think on before I can just quickly implement it. I'm going to be playing the game a lot anyway, like doing play testing. So for now, we're probably just going to leave it. But there's at least some notes in here now. Also, let me read these cards again real quick, because I feel like lands still might be confusing. Yeah, I feel like lands, or wastelands rather, need to specifically say when they're drawing the cards. I think I might have it in the rules. But right now they don't really specify enough. Plays an additional card on its draw phase. Yeah, it doesn't say whether when you draw it automatically draws cards, which I think minion cards actually could, and that's kind of what made me think of this, because they could actually be drawn immediately. I don't really mind them, like the minions being drawn immediately, but the obviously other cards are maybe a little bit much, but because then you could draw lands into lands into lands and then just instantly lose, whereas minion ones, they're only drawing minions, so it's not so bad. And maybe that's just like a good idea for variations on different wastelands, where there's some that just draw immediately. So that's an idea too. But yeah, I think I'm gonna take a 2-minute break here, and then we'll do some super exciting rulebook editing. But for now, yeah, I'll be right back. Be back in like 2 minutes. Okay. I have returned. Why am I putting my headphones on? Or my hat on? There we go. Okay. Time for some rulebook editing, I think. Okay. So one of the things I need to do, I kind of hate that I need to do this. But I need to actually update this graphic here to include heroes. Because while this is kind of like an exception to the rule, most people assume that heroes also are required to be put on top of structures, which would make the game unplayable, but I get that question every time I do it, so at this point it just seems to be necessary. So what we'll do, we're gonna move this over as much as we can. Oh, there. And then we need to move these two cards. This might need to be smaller too, honestly. Okay. Let me make another graphic. Art boards. Oops. Actually, we're just gonna do this. Hit the wrong button. I should send you to be a bit bigger than that. Just do this. We don't need the gods in here either. It's okay though. Do, 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 do. That's much better, actually. More space, huzzah. I think this can still be smaller. Doesn't need to be that small though. Just small enough to fit inside this box. Um, don't know where I have this. Here. This rule does not apply to heroes. All really dad. All right, we need some more cards. Let's download those and then put them on here. Dexterous. We need, I don't know, a hero of some sort. Who haven't we used yet? Sorry for all the zooming. I don't know why it's all zoomed in on all of these. Yeah, why is it zoomed in on all of these? It's really weird. I guess we do like merchant and yeah, whatever. Let's grab merchant. Really doesn't matter, but it's like showing a variety of the cards. I guess we need lands, which I think I've downloaded every land at this point. Downloads. Let's do... You literally have every single one on here, so... Or if that's too small. Do like 6%. It actually has to be almost that small though. To fit this graphic in here. Maybe I can do this. cheat a smidge here. Let's do this. How did I do this last time? I think I just did this and then inverted the selection. Nope, that's inverting. There we go. Then we go to paths and we do, let's hit brush first. We were at the right brush. We were at the wrong color though. It's fine. Do a new path. Go here, hit pen, do a new layer, right click, create stroke path. Boop. It's maybe a little aggressive. Yeah, it's a little much. Let's do maybe that. It's better, I think. Yeah, it's like the same size. Alright, then we can merge all these. Merge layers. I'm gonna delete this path. Yes. Make it a smidge smaller. There we go. That's fine. .95. Yeah. we need structure. 4.95. Okay. I think actually what I want to do. So we're gonna make this even skinnier. So we got a little more space to work with. Need my art pad. Oops. What hero card? Let's do a barbarian, I guess. Oh, I already downloaded a merchant, didn't I? Whatever. It's all good. Actually, you know, let's do the merchant. Why not? I might just copy the same arrow. And then let's do adjustments, even saturation. I want to recolorize it. How do you? I thought you could. I don't understand how this works anymore. I thought you could use the colorize to just match a color. That's almost perfect. Let me try one other thing. That is like basically the same, so it doesn't really matter, but just for curiosity's sake, what if we do image adjustments, replace color? So we want to replace this color. Oh, you can't replace this color with a specific color? Result. This color. Can I not do that? There we go. And you can just turn up the fuzziness. Okay. Honestly, might have looked better before. Honestly, yeah, we're just gonna leave it. Okay, then we'll tweak these cards a little bit, and then I think we're fine. I just need to take the bridge, just move it a smidge this way, so it's not too cluttered. Okay, I think that illustrates that better. No room for confusion, which is what we like here. Do not want anyone to be confused. Moving on. Ooh, those were my elbows. Okay, what we use swamp, we use mountain, plains. Let's do another card back here. I think I'll do like desert or something for attack phase. Yeah, let's do desert. Yo, Tice, what's up? Any holo cards in the game? I literally just bought some holographic paper to make like peel and stick stuff to put on some of my real versions of cards. So maybe this week I'll have some holo cards, not in the you know, the actual game itself, but this isn't quite right. Hold on. Currently I'm making a rule book. Doesn't make for the most interesting content for stream, but you know, we're here. Yeah, but I will have holo cards. It'll be sick. It'll be something, I guess. Yeah, I've been working on a rule book, doing all that fun stuff. You know, doing that sort of thing. Because we know Dual Wielded loves books. Especially page turning. Thank you. Yeah, so we're doing that. Yeah, unfortunately right now everything's just hosted in Tabletop Simulator, so I can't really change. Couldn't do holos if I wanted to. I suppose I could do like you know, just a color overlay, but they're not going to change colors in anything. But once I get past the whole, you know, not knowing how to code thing, and into an actual game engine, then I probably will make holo cards. I don't know exactly what that will do for you, but they'll look cool for sure. A bit of a book guy myself, indeed. Yeah, for sure. Let's see, 28 or was it 38%? I don't want to be too intrusive. But yeah, just plugging away. How you doing today? Doing pretty swell. Awesome. Good to hear. I had some solid work done today. That's always good to hear. I have kind of the opposite. I mean, streaming's going well. I'm getting some stuff done, but how about myself? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. No. Basically, I did not sleep well last night, so my brain is not working. So I haven't really accomplished all that much. I got a bit done with my next devlog, which really should have been out like forever ago, but life gets in the way, of course. So, so yeah, just trying to make progress in the rulebook. Got a bit done more with just some game balance. Looked at some notes here. From one of the play tests I did. Found out a few cards are broken. You know, the usual. So yeah, now we're just plugging away. It's one of those streams where it's probably not the most interesting content, but I'd rather get something done than just mess around, so. Yo, what's up, Goblin? Let's see. Ooh, a co-op TCG sounds promising. Thanks for the random recommendation, YouTube. I'll keep an eye on this and keep up the work, Mr. Dev. Thank you. Yeah, I do have a video on the whole process of its creation. Wait, is this even... Yeah, hold on. This video here, oh wait, this video here. So this kind of goes over everything. I'll share it with y'all. But yeah, that one kind of goes over, like, because it was originally created for a game jam. So it was, it's on my channel either way, but it's a pretty long video. But yeah, that was basically the how we created the game. But yeah, appreciate you checking it out. Understandable. I was about to start a stream myself, so came a quick say hi. Good luck with the rest of your rulebook. Maybe I'll raid into you afterward with my one viewer. Actually, 0 Twitch viewers. So does it even count? I don't know. 0 Twitch viewers. Anyway. Yeah, have a good stream yourself, dude. Raid, Beats raid. Woo! Heck yeah. Wait, I can do that too. Hold on. Peace out, dude. I was trying to do the things, but my thing's broken. Classic. We can do this. There we go. That was my goal. Anyway, sorry, I'm losing track of everything. This all goes over here. Have a good one. Cool. Yeah. I'll still be here for a bit. I'm still here for another hour and 10 minutes. But yeah, if you have any questions about anything, let me know. I'm currently just working on the rule book. you know, just plugging away. But yeah, if you have any questions, I'd be happy to explain anything. Just trying to make it, you know, as clear and whatever as possible. So, oh wait, you said another message here. Pop that video into my watch later. Now I'm about to head out myself. Oh, okay, gotcha. See ya. I missed that message. Appreciate you stopping by. After the unit phase, the current player chooses to... Okay, let's do a sketch layer before I even do anything else. After the unit phase, the current player chooses... Player can choose to attack. After the unit phase, the current player can choose to attack. Only cards with an attack icon can attack. Each card can only attack once per turn and can only attack one target. So we'll definitely have the attack icon here. We'll have an attack icon, a little sword. You know. Then we'll do, I'm trying to decide if I want to even, I guess I could have like the field, you have monsters. Can only attack once per turn, only attack one target. I don't know, just have this and an arrow. It's graphic like that. What else? All right, when attacking with one of your cards, you can select any card under the old god's control to target. However, you cannot attack the old god directly when it controls one or more cards in play. I guess this would be like, we could potentially have cards this sort of same graphic, right? Those cards, and then the old god behind them, and then this card, and like show it attacking there, or I guess maybe that sort of symbol, and then here would be, you know, the old god. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that's completely necessary. Attacking comes with a cost. When you attack a card controlled by the old god, you lose units equivalent to the card's power level. Okay, so that one I think is... I guess this is probably even more important than the other stuff here. So this would be, attacking comes at a cost when... These might be able to be rearranged a little bit here, actually. But we'll see. We'll come to that. We'll get to that in a second. Okay, so a card. Attacking comes at a cost, and you attack a card controlled by the old god. probably do like something like a card, an attack arrow, an old god card. Well, here, it would probably be like this. Card with a little unit counter. Attack, a card, and then I don't know, the card again with less units. I don't know. Still trying to figure that one out. I'll think about that. It'd probably make more sense to have... Well, I guess it'd be the same graphic and then you just go like equals or something. Something along those lines. Unlike players, Old God have a static power level. If a player card attacks with fewer units, the Old God card's power level units than the Old God's card power level, the players will be destroyed and player's card will be destroyed and the Old God card will remain unaffected. I mean, I guess in this case, this attack, I guess you have to have the unit counter on all these. Attack. And then it would equal just the bad guy card. To destroy the Old God, the card must deal enough damage in a single attack to reduce its power level to 0, as partial damage will not weaken it. This actually could just be like way at the bottom of the card, so we can actually, or like the bottom of the page. Let's turn on some guides too. Sorry, just thinking through stuff. Still trying to decide if this first graphic is necessary. Probably not. And if I do it, I think I can save a lot of room by putting this more toward the side. First of all, this needs to go here. I don't think I really need a graphic for this, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it. Because you're about to see it all in the, maybe what we'll do instead is have this, and then have like an arrow, or like, you know, the little, you know, a card with the icon, have an arrow, or maybe, yeah, I guess an arrow like this. Might have this flipped, but we'll see. And that should be enough there, and then maybe this is even too much. It can just have the icon. I need more water. But yeah, then we'll just draw all these graphics. Okay, I guess we're got enough of an idea to start here. So let's start with just the top graphic, obviously. Oops, did not mean to open that. Let's see, we need the art for the attack icon. Effects, no. Icons. I think we don't want to go above 300. That's probably even too much. 200. Okay, done. I think I do want to do this in reverse order, though. No, it's gonna be too low. Maybe not. 7. Done. How do we do? We did this somewhere else. I guess here, but that's like the whole entire box. It's kind of hard to. Maybe I do need to do it the other way because the icon's on the other side. All right, what do we want to call this? We want to call this, I guess, just like attack icon. Just gonna go in there with that. red. And then we do want one more layer that's just like an arrow. I think I do want to do this red. Nah. Okay. All right, easy peasy. Got that done. Okay. Okay, when attacking with one of your cards, you select any card under the Olgod's control as a target. However, you can not attack the Olgod directly while it controls one or more cards in play. Okay, this is, I guess, basically just the same way we've been drawing other stuff. Like here. So it has to have the whole board, which is, well, it doesn't. It only has to have heroes. So it only has to be, which is, I guess, still pretty big. We're gonna go like this. And hope it doesn't ruin anything. How does that have to be so small? Probably what I'll do instead. We'll do this sort of idea, but what I'm gonna do is we'll separate these graphics. Cheat, use a spot healing tool. Done. Beautiful. I feel like the thing's gotten better. It must have with all the AI stuff, honestly. How big are... That's 7. These are a little bit bigger, I think. Control click. Shift T. 6%. Okay. No smaller than 6%. I believe that's 7. I will download this guy. Not sure this is gonna look perfect, but pretty much right. One of the old gods, right? My phone? wrong card. Let's grab 2 monsters. Sure, that's not the one I meant to grab, but yeah, maybe minion too. I guess we'll just do. You know what? I actually do need to show the whole thing. Dang it. Because I really need to show that you can attack anything and not... Dang. One other thing I want to do while I'm thinking about it. Let's make this bold. Bold. I want to do a color. Not that color. Just so that's emphasized a little bit. All right. That's fine. This, I think, yeah, we need the whole board, unfortunately. Just gonna make it a little bit harder to actually get this graphic on here. But it is a necessary evil. Not the whole board, but we at least need heroes and wastelands and all that. Probably make it a smidge smaller, but not by a whole heck of a lot. trying to think how to organize this now. Because it is increasingly harder now, or exponentially harder, to organize this with such a big piece on here. If I had to do this with anything else, not really. I could do it in sideways in theory, right? I could just do it on its side. I think that just gets confusing. I guess I have to do this. Blah, blah, blah. Go like that. Okay, this will be okay. We'll do it like this, and then we'll do this like this. We'll leave a tiny bit of space for an arrow here, and then we'll have something under there, I guess. Kind of wondering if I should just have this like a longer, skinnier graphic and not include all the words on it, because the words are kind of extra, but yeah. As ridiculous as that sounds, we need to do, or not ridiculous, but as time inefficient as it is, because now I have to go back and redo it and go in here and turn off all the text and file, export this. Export PNG art boards, no text. if that's quite enough either, but we'll see. We need it big enough to have like 2 cards, which I think that's about perfect. Yeah. Actually, now I can just do 2 separate ones, which is kind of what I wanted in the first place. Well, let's do this first. Clean that up. Is it 5? Is it 6? It's 5. Where's the endling? I thought I downloaded an endling. I guess not. We want an endling. We want a land, which we'll go with, I don't know, forest. Let's download endling again, didn't I? And null sanctum, sure. Keep doing that. There we go. This needs to be a yeah, this needs to be a smidge bigger. Come on. You know what? Just gonna delete this for a second. Come back to that. Who the heck is the layers cleric? Okay. Cleric's at the bottom. Then Rift Spawner. Then Endling. Then Null Sanctum. Then Forest. Then Meth. I just copy this and we can hello? Can attack God. And then we guess we'll move it over a smidge. Move this over a smidge. And then we'll delete all these. Yep. I want to copy this layer style. And then we're gonna paste it in here. Ugh. Oh. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see here. Copy layer style. This layer style. I did this last time too, but this really should be swapped. I should just wrote it out first, but okay. Probably should put this in a little graphic just to match everything else, but trying to decide how much I need it, but we'll do it. Just drop this in for reference. Whew. line R. Line art. I guess you can't even see that I spelled it wrong, but color. But I spelled it wrong, just so you're aware. And no one was surprised. Partly because it's pretty quiet, but you know. Partly because I'm dyslexic. Okay, I'm gonna add a stroke to that. Yeah, that's about perfect. I feel like there we go. Realign stuff a smidge. These really the same height? Guess so. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add. More of these. There we go. We're approaching the end time here. Seeing as we're pretty quiet, I'll probably just call it good. That was a good bit of progress, though. Do this color here. Do some finishing touches here. I don't know if we'll need to do it that crazy. I probably should conserve some room if I can. And then we'll move this up a smidge. Really need to turn this off for when I move stuff around. And then there we go. I think that's that. Could do more, but I think I might do that in my spare time. I've got a devlog to edit anyway. That's getting close to me being over. So, if anyone is actually on YouTube, doesn't seem like anyone is, but if you are, feel free to pop over to Twitch. I'm probably going to, I'm gonna go ahead and raid our buddy dual wielded here. Buddy Tice. Gotta remember how to raid. How do you use raids? I'm pretty sure it's just exclamation point raid and then you type the name in, right? Slash raid. I don't know if I have to do it in brackets or not. Oh, my brain is so dyslexic right now. W-I-E-L-D-E-D. Live. Let's try it. Raid has been created. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. You have a good one. See ya next time.